Whoa, 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 you've probably just clicked on this video thinking, what is going on with this intro? Well, there's no flashy intro, it's simply a discussion video, so sit back, relax, classic YouTube, no stupid transitions, nothing, enjoy. In today's video, we discuss the downfall of Fortnite seasonal events, why that's happened, what the past actually had, and what we have today in a comparison, and so much more. So let's jump into the comparison between the past, and then we'll discuss why this is happening and where the future of Fortnite is going. So, first off, this year's summer event, we had 4 awards. That's all we had. We had minor map changes. We're going to be doing this as a live commentary, so I'm going to show you guys some footage from obviously YouTube, on the YouTube channels, on Fortnite. So here is what we had in this Summer Escape update. We literally had this one map change. You can see the whole trailer is centered around this map change because there's no other content in this drop. This, in my opinion, this season was the worst Summer Escape summer event we ever received in Fortnite, with no new items, just minor map changes at one POI on the entire map, and it's been a downfall ever since. And let's break it down by looking at what exactly happened and where did we start. So originally, the first summer event started in 2019. This was the first summer event called 14 Days of Summer. It contained exactly 14 days, very similar to this one, with new surprises and free rewards every single day. We go onto the wiki, we can take a little look at this in a little bit more depth. You can see obviously the splashdown was the first LTM, tag as well. We had a large LTM mode and a small LTM mode every single day. A new LTM every single day, a weapon was also unvaulted every single day, and a daily challenge every day. And some of the innovation on these LTMs was crazy. Some of these I don't even remember. For example, Use With Care, Builder's Paradise, Wix Bounty, Arsenal. Look at this here. Wix Bounty had a bug, so they brought out Arsenal. Oh, but no, they didn't leave it. They fixed Wix Bounty the next day. Very impressive. Today we never see this sort of fix being done that quickly. We also get headshot only, loadout swap, power up, heavy metal, strategic structures, leave none behind, rumble, storm chasers, surfing, tank battle. Some of these LTMs I don't even know what they were, but yes, we had one per day, and some of us probably never experienced any of these. If you know what they are, comment down below. I'd love to know some details. But also, we had more. We didn't just have that. We had an unvaulted weapon every single day. One of these here on this list. And 14 cosmetics for free. This season or year, we only had 4. So there's a huge initial release for the summer event. High expectations, delivered well. Most successful one in my opinion. Now, let's move on to the next year, which was the Summer Splash. This was 2020, and very similar to last year's, the Summer Splash contains similar stuff. It had new cosmetics, new items in the item shop, and classic LTMs and new stuff, which is pretty cool. New LTMs and classics, fresh outfits, etc. It isn't always about cosmetics. Personally, I like to receive about 30-40% cosmetics, 60% gameplay, and I think this one did deliver that. We had a ton of cosmetics, to be honest, from Starflare, and obviously lots of LTMs from One Shot, and just if we keep scrolling through, you can see them all here, all the cosmetics and all the LTMs. Fog of War, high explosives, more cosmetics, close encounters, more heist returned, the heist outfits returned, sniper shootout, the safari outfit, obviously power patroller as well, and lots of others, blitz LTM, even this payback LTM, I don't really remember, that sounds pretty cool though, siphon LTM, arsenal LTM, so many LTMs down here. But yeah, we can keep going and going, and lots of stuff. Sadly, this one didn't come with any free cosmetics, but it ran a lot longer, running around 27 days. So pretty effective stuff for 2020. Moving forward onto 2021, this was the Cosmic Summer Celebration. This was a pretty awesome one because it did contain a bunch of free rewards. There's a little bit of controversy around it, and we'll explain that in a second, but some of the skins were amazing. We had reskins of some of the classic Battle Pass skins from previous seasons, but better versions, I would say. We had Summer Beach Brutus, Beach Jules, Broadway Ruby, Midsummer Midas, and obviously Nitro Jerry as well, and a bunch of free bat blings and buyable ones as well. So let's take a little look at the trailer for the Cosmic Summer, because this was a pretty awesome one, and one that a lot of people did enjoy back in Chapter 2. This was probably the first time we got the introduction of kind of creative stuff at the front as well, but the main kind of LTM space was based over at Believers Beach, with most of the summer decorations being there, but also over the map as well at different spots you could find the summer decorations. You can see obviously promoting creative LTMs as well, which we'll talk about in a second because I've got an interesting point to make on that. But you can see obviously promoting the skins mainly, not really too many gameplay changes, but it really did provide a very summer feel because of what they did to the POI. They really changed it, and I think it was a decent one. Definitely wasn't as good as the previous year, but it was good. And you can see obviously the free rewards here, which come out around 17, I think, free rewards. If we counted them, I think it's about 17. So some decent amount of free rewards, but they did require you to do quests also in creative. You can see fan favorite creative LTMs. Now, this is something I'm not bothered about, but I know people in the creative community are, and I have been told this, and I'll mention it because why not? All the creative LTMs were handpicked directly by Epic, and a lot of them were already maps that were popular, which people didn't like in the creative community because it didn't give a full expression of what the community was building, and mainly just promoted maps to be more popular. Like, I can't remember any of the maps, but I think, for example, like the pit or something like that would get challenges, and it would keep the map more at its kind of top level and still be popular today from this. Now, personally, this doesn't bother me and I don't care, but there are people in the community that do find this kind of frustrating and kind of like unfair promotion and unfair on everyone in the community. So I thought I'd mention it because it's the first appearance of creative LTMs, and this was one of the factors that people did mention in the creative community. Moving on to possibly the worst summer event, or maybe on par with this season's, I'd say the downfall of Fortnite events, the No Sweat Summer event. This event was highly anticipated, with lots of people thinking we were going to be getting skate parks because we got floating concert stages and skate parks appearing before the introduction of the update. And this was all east of the Sanctuary. If we take a little look at the trailer, which you can see here, we actually got a little preview of the map changes, just a quick one so we can take a little throwback. You can see it looked pretty eventful. There was lots of party stuff going on, pretty cool. Look, no sweat, right? Well, it was a very sweaty season, just to mention off the start, and boat races really weren't much of an interest. That was very old. No Sweat Summer Skin, that geezer there, right in the center, you can see, he was actually never released as a skin. He was an NPC on the map over at Tilted Towers, but never got released, so you could never actually buy him. You could get his emote, but you could never get the skin. A strange one, and one that I still don't know why they never released, but yes. Inside of here, you can get another preview of the POI on the beach, lots of summer decorations. I guess the decoration side of this was better than this season, which was kind of cool. So, and a few cosmetics. Even Peely didn't even like them bat blings. Look at him. He's like, no, why these bat blings? Is that all we're getting? Well, there were a few other cosmetics. We'll mention them in a second. But yeah, there's some of the cosmetics we got. He's like, hold up, this isn't the worst one ever. Well, it is. I'm sorry, bro. All right, so we keep moving through. And obviously, it just gives a little preview of this section of the map with the decorations of the summer stuff. And there was actually a summer event that did take place with fireworks. Basically, what you're seeing right now was kind of like a little summer live event, which would happen when the event kind of like started. I do remember it actually. Here it is. Actually, I uploaded it on my channel. Here you can see the live summer event which took place. So they did actually add a mini live event in for it. It was just a bunch of fireworks, but something many of you may not remember. And personally, this is why I rank this one higher than the current season we've got, but it's still pretty terrible and not really much went on in this. And we'll jump to the wiki in a sec to explain some stuff. But yeah, there's a summer event. You can watch it on my channel. Just type in Fortnite live summer event and you'll see it, but I'm not going to show the full thing. But anyway, let's jump back into it. So here on the wiki, we can see we obviously got a few cosmetics. We'll jump back to the creative side in a second. We got a few cosmetics here, a few cool ones, decent ones I'd say, and we even got some free more rewards as well down here, which you could get for voting on the block, which we'll come to in a second, and obviously some promotional stuff here where you could get this kind of emote, this glider, and obviously the slurp, about get them skateboards, or we didn't get that concert we were expecting. We did get that mini live event though, I guess, which was pretty naff. But what else did we get? Well, a disaster. This is where something really went wrong. So there was a huge problem with rebuild the block quests during the No Sweat Insurance event. This is because we as a community could rebuild these blocks and we could submit them, and then Epic would pick 3 of their favorites, which they did. However, there was a problem with the voting. A major problem which they didn't correct. They left it running through the restaurant, the apartments and the shops, making it completely biased, meaning the third option would always win, which made a lot of people angry in the creative community, and even the builders themselves felt let down and cheated. And I'll explain exactly why this worked and how and what was going on. So during this, you could go up to this machine and you would get minis. And obviously people wanted to vote because they wanted their free pickaxe, their contrail and their bat bling. Well, people would do that and they would go up to this, and when you selected it, if you notice slowly there, if you watch it slowly, watch when you select the billboard, it auto-selected option 3 every single time, meaning that players would just simply spam this for minis, which you can see here, and they wouldn't take time to look at these. The average player is not really going to scroll through and look at these. Now, this player does choose to do it, that we're watching here, but the average player would never do that. And obviously, these minis on the ground here is why people were doing it, and cosmetic-wise. So everyone would just select option 3 instantly, and that would be the one that would get voted, which means option 3 was the winner every single time, and was very unfair. But on the creative side, There was an LTM called No Sweat Summer Islands where you could send in your islands, and some of the selections didn't 100% meet the high quality experiences or follow the criteria, which I guess isn't really too much of a problem, but it does happen from time to time. But I guess it was alright. I think it was better than last year's one for the creative side, but overall, on the Battle Royale side, it was probably the worst one yet. And that leads us back to the Summer Escape Quest, a pretty useless one and probably the worst one we ever received. There was an extra bonus cosmetic obviously here, which you could gain access to the Nana's wrap if you do some of the quests. Not really too much. You can see obviously a few of these free rewards were here for doing quests. Some extra ones, I guess. A little bit of a bonus, but not too major. And then if we jump over to the creative side, we had the Summer Showdown. In my opinion, this is the worst creative selection we've had compared to the previous years. 25v25 Battlegrounds. It's not a summer map. Many of these Summer Showdown maps have been selected that aren't summer maps, and we can go through these and point a few of them out, which was really strange. Break-in squads, this is not a summer map. The factory, this is a factory. This is not summer themed. You can't set a creative call out that's summer themed, that's combat summer themed, and then select maps that aren't. Project Combat, another one that's not summer themed. This is really strange, and one that some of these aren't summer themed. Now, some of them are. For example, this one here, Flag Battles. Where is it? Here, Flag Battles. This one is summer themed. A really cool one. I've played it. It's a really cool map. Splashdown Lucky, another one by Squatting Dog. A really cool map. Really a lot of effort into this summer water part. Super awesome. Deserves more promotion than some of the ones that aren't summer themed. And that's an annoying thing with this, but it's not a big factor. I guess it's just another part of the downfall of the summer call. The summer event, should I say, and the summer call out, which did happen. I guess we did get the Slap Splash, but I don't think the Slap Splash is going to do it to make it a good summer event, generally. And we did get the ice creams, I guess, reappearing, but Little Whip ice creams, they're not that good. But what else, and why is this happening, and should Fortnite be doing better? Well, I think they should be. Fortnite is roughly valued at about $30 billion. They should be able to employ a team just to give us a little bit of a summer event, similar to what we had with the Star Wars event and even the Heist event which we had. They were pretty cool, right? Well, I wish they could do that and give us something like that. Generally speaking, Fortnite should be able to put the effort and time into innovate a little bit with new items, unique bosses, unique characters, and more map changes to give the map a more summer lively feel. Fun fact, the Fortnite map itself actually had less map changes than my 50 fashion show, which is really sad. And as much as I love building creative maps, it's like disheartening for me to say that my map had more changes than the actual Battle Royale mode. Now, what is the conclusion behind this and what is happening? Well, now I just want to mention Winterfest before I do my conclusion and Fortnite modes because they're part of the seasonal events. Winterfest 2022 was just literally a copy and paste of the previous year. Winterfest 2022 only had unique cosmetics. That was it. It just had cosmetics opening from the presents, and that was it. Everything else was a simple copy and paste. For example, it had stuff that this season did have in the previous year, which was 2021, which was the unique stuff, which would have been like Sergeant Winter, different winter gameplay, new outfits, and obviously quests and rewards. Sergeant Winter was huge in this, and obviously many different kind of reindeer NPCs all over the map, which gave this one a super kind of unique feel, and it's when the presents first got brought back. So yeah, I think this one was awesome, 2021, but 2022, a huge downfall and a simple copy and paste. And that goes for Fortnite modes as well. Fortnite modes 2022 was the worst Fortnite modes out of the lot of them. It was much better than the Winterfest and the summer event, but it goes to say, look here, if you go down in the comments, this was the worse than Fracture, L event, the worst Fortnite modes. It definitely was. All that was unique was the Howler's Claws and High Sensibility, which really wasn't that good. It was kind of like a copy of Wolverine's Mythic, but not as good. And also just simply a few map changes. The cosmetics were good though, but it's not about cosmetics. It's about innovation and unique stuff. We also have stuff on the previous Fortnite modes, which was the 2021 one, which was amazing. This Fortnite mode had so much unique stuff. It had like obviously the Queen stuff going on with the map changes, the introduction of Caretakers, which is a huge boss which you could fight. Obviously some old mythics coming back, which is okay. Horde Rush returns with a unique vibe as well. They had like some unique stuff there with the final boss in it, which was really cool. And some decent cosmetics, and they even put some effort in to bring some power leveling and some film stuff that came out as well. And it was a 4-week long event, which was super awesome. I really did like what they did with it, and the cards that were revealing some of the greatest cosmetics ever, which were introduced in this one. So generally that was a great one, but that was 2021. So since 2021's, I guess this was the last good one would have been 2021 Christmas, I think, which was this one. And then after that, ever since, they've been really poor. So what can Fortnite do to improve on this? Well, I don't think they ever will, because they could employ a team to hire and do this, but it's clear that UEFN is the future. And I love UEFN, and you may not, or you may as well. And I make UEFN experiences, but you can see when you load up Fortnite, the first page you get is most engaging, popular UEFN experiences, Summer Showdown, Epic Picks, and then you find Battle Royale. You know, you can't find Battle Royale otherwise. You've got to scroll 4 categories to get to it. It's clear they want you to play UEFN, and that is the future of Fortnite. Like it or not, that's where it's going. I like it, and hopefully you guys like it as well. But maybe you don't, and maybe it's not for you. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the fall of Fortnite seasonal events. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe.